Thanks for buying me time.
Esmond has been pulled from within the creature to safety by Seifert. Salinger has been vomited out onto the floor into the grease as Ava has cast Turn Undead, making the large undead gelatinous creatures scream in fear and begin to cower. It looks as though those creatures for the moment are breaking off their attack, though you'll have a limited amount of time while they remain in that state. However, just as that begins, there's a groaning sound from above and dropping down the ladder, and from the hole in the ceiling, just a handful of the undead townsfolk. It seems as though the battle has attracted some attention. Oh, did it only roll initiative once?
Does that mean one of them explodes?
Oh, no.
Hits the ground and just like scatters into bones.
It breaks his ankle. I don't know which one it did that.
He has a heart attack.
All the other.
He just kind of accordions, like, it's like, oh!
Skin sloughs off his bones.
He becomes a skeleton. That's how it happens.
Like a tube sock, just like the skin goes, ugh.
Like when your sock falls down in your shoe when you're walking, it's just his whole skin.
Ah! Araya just like recoils. Ugh.
Relatable. Oh, two of them.
Nice. All right. Charlotte, you're up.
She is not quite entirely clear on what everything has happened as she opened her eyes and hacked up a little goblet of something dark. But she rolls to her feet as quickly as she can, which is not as quickly as she would like, levering herself up with the halberd that fell not too far from her grip. Sees everything coming down. And glancing around, sees that there's no longer anything barring their escape, mostly because it seems like she can't see all the zombies at the other doors, hatches, and shouts to everyone else, or more rasps, really. We have to run again. Go. I'll come after. And I think she will use her. Yeah, she's gonna hold her action for now. She is, I think, actually though. Well, she uses her bonus duration, like almost wearily, slowly, as if dragging themselves out of the ether. That blue glow flares up around her again, and the waves and the scent of salt fills the air again.
Yeah, half your movement to stand. Do you want to use any of your other movement before you hold?
It was half the movement to stand, half the movement to pick up her weapon.
Gotcha.
But reaction to hold an action, and then bonus to rage.
If you're standing up and drawing a weapon at the same time, you can use your half to do both.
Oh, okay. She's pretty well boxed in at the moment, though. Actually, she might be able to do. I think she'll squeeze past ciphered over to like here or so.
Okay. Yeah, and as you move out from behind the creature, you can see that some undead townsfolk have dropped down the ladder. Assuming that you're still holding, it'll be Casey's turn.
Sorry, Chris, I don't want to interrupt, but where are the exits? I know they fell down a hole. I don't know where ladders or stairs are.
Can you see
The
those
squares.
gray squares?
Oh, I see, yeah.
What is the large one? Is that a way up, or is that like just a hole in the ceiling?
It's a hole in the ceiling where something had burned through with acid and drops down into this basement.
Okay, so the only ways up are at either end.
Well, depending on how high you can jump.
How high?
It's 20 feet. Ceiling's 20 feet.
And the ladder that used to be out from this hatch was burned away, right? Or
not
acided away?
Not completely dissolved. There's just signs of burning on it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Casey. Seeing the state of things and just saw Doc perform this magic that caused the two creatures to start screaming and turn. And he's like, all right, regrouping then, are we? And Araya, you hear in your head, Araya, get over here. We need your silence, otherwise they're going to bring the whole town down on us. We're going through. And he kicks off of the ground. Small bit of dust flies up as he runs along the wall towards the two creatures. And as he's going by Salinger, Sal, you hear in your head, "You stop fooling around to get up this ladder." And as he bonus action dashes past the big undead alchemist, he turns to all his friends in the north and says, "Are you coming?" And he moves to here. I think that makes sense. And as he slides into position, he looks back at Shalati and holds his hands up. And when he does, his palms just erupt into fire. And he unleashes a cone of flame onto the three zombies that just come down that ladder.
Give it a roll.
As I use my once per long rest, burning hands, they must make a dex save.
She wasn't impressed last time I did this. Maybe she'll be impressed this time.
Yeah, right? Not with that damage.
All right, dexterity saving throws, top to bottom, left to right. All failures.
And they all take a whopping 7 fire damage.
Yeah. Flame rips across the flesh of the zombies, igniting some of their clothing, charring their flesh. The fire scorches the ladder and crumbles to dust there.
I knew it was gonna happen.
How high is that ceiling?
20 feet from the ground. Anything else on Casey's turn?
No, that'll be all.
Salinger, you, in the back of your mind, get a little feeling of alarm. It's almost as though it's like behind your thoughts. You realize it's coming from Poppy.
Oh no.
One of the zombies, its clothing scorched, moves down and it's going to take a bite. Casey. Does an 18 hit your armor class?
Hmm. It does.
Looks like you're going to take 10 points of piercing damage when the zombies grabs on you and starts biting. You've become grappled.
Yeah, plus bloodied too. What is bloodied for these guys?
I just use the same bloodied value you guys use. So 4 extra damage.
Okay.
Salinger, your turn.
Yeah, Casey's looking bad.
So to acclimate myself, I have currently been regurgitated into a pile of grease vomit.
Yes.
All right, let me get into that mindset. Vomited at, he says, he starts to like get onto his knees. Vomited on, he says, he sloughs off bits of acidic goo. And then vomited out as he tries to stand up. I think I have to make a save to stand up successfully.
No, it's automatic, but it just takes half your movement.
Okay, so half his movement. And then feeling the alarm from Poppy after his initial disgust. Use 15 feet, slumping through. I'm assuming there's some sort of like acidic vapor coming off of him, his boots and his shoulders. He's beat up really bad, so he's going to take the dodge action while he's moving, and then heal for a d12 plus his con modifier.
All right.
So 9.
And undead townsfolk. Do you want to do anything else in your turn?
Yeah, I got a bonus action.
Okay.
Which is going to be to Mythic Burst to give myself 30 extra feet of movement
Okay.
after that dodge action. And I'll be between these zombies to try and protect Poppy and Araya.
Okay. Sounds good.
Well, I'll be this far, so I'll be closer to them.
Cool. Anything else?
Yeah, that's all.
And if you healed, update that on your character sheet too. And remember, you get to add the healing bonus to your healing as well.
Oh yeah, for full character level, which is we're 8. Yeah.
One of the undead townsfolk in front of Araya daggers forward, takes a bite. Does an 8 hit your armor
Oh,
class?
thank God.
I don't
No,
think
it doesn't.
Zombie tries to get you. You see gnashing teeth. Kabeth moves forward, tucking her hammer away. Looks at Seifrid. Another voice. Looking at Esmond. Says, "Give him here."
Cypher doesn't resist at all if Kabeth is going to take him.
Okay. Yeah, so she'll pull Esmond, kind of throw him over her shoulder, fireman carry. And while the creature is distracted, goes hopping over the grates to keep Esmond safe. Was Esmond was conscious again, wasn't he? Did you guys heal him?
Yeah, he was conscious thanks to Ava.
Okay. Well, for the moment, he's going to take the dodge action. He's being carried. The zombie lunges forward at Salinger. Ooh, 6. I don't think it's going to hit you. See it reaching out, biting with its teeth. Alchemist cowers away. You see so many mouths on the surface of its body, screaming. Shalati and Seifrid, if either of you would like attack of opportunity, you can take.
Ava said not to hit them, right?
She did say.
Okay, then no, she does not. Also, I don't have a reaction right now.
Alright, you're up.
Ooh. Darn, disengaging from this dude will, like, attack of opportunity, huh?
If you just moved away, he could potentially get an attack if he wants to use it. You also can take the disengage action, which will prevent that unless he has the sentinel feat.
I really just need to get around this corner and cast some silence, which I'm just gonna take the hit. It's gonna be fine, but I'm gonna move, so I'm gonna be leaving his zone bit.
Alright, he uses a reaction to bite at you as you try to leave. Oh no. Does a 19 hit you?
Super does.
Well, you take 10 points of piercing damage. The problem is, when he hits you, he grapples you. So your
can use-
movement becomes...
Do you have any like destiny points or anything you want to use? Or does anybody have any spare left?
Yes. No, I'm gonna make him re-roll his shit.
Alright.
That sounds great, because I need to help. I need help.
Okay, we can definitely do that. What's the name of your destiny points?
I just call it fate.
Well, 23 that time. So he
Jesus
still hits you with his +4 to hit. So you are.
So that means I can't actually.
No, your movement.
Right.
He attacks you when you leave, which is 1 space lower. So you're right there when he stops you. So your movement becomes reduced to 0. He's grabbing onto you. He's biting onto your shoulder. It hurts.
I hate him. Hold on, let me put the
So you still have your movement. Or sorry, you still have your action bonus action.
Well, this little
Oh, and Salinger, the Raven Feeblement has worn off of you.
That didn't have any visual effect, did it?
And there was like a black glow between you and the creature before.
As the zombie grabs hold of her as she tries to get away, her face suddenly becomes just angry and feral, and she swipes out at the zombie using this.
Ooh. What's that? What's that look like?
Her eyes suddenly flash with a brilliant but darker light. Her teeth seem sharper, her fingernails seem sharper, and she snarls as she swipes across the creature, trying to make it let go of her. I just need to do it. I thought it would roll the attack for me.
When you added the spell, it might be in your list of attacks, like weapons now. Sometimes it does that for you. But if not, you can just do it manually.
I don't see it. I'm gonna do just the unarmed attack for the roll, but it's not really.
Well, it'll be a spell attack, so do like your firebolt or something like that if you have something like that. Or you can just roll a d20.
Does a 14 hit?
14 does hit.
Yay!
Oh, and actually it's the same dice roll. It would just be acid instead of fire, I think.
Oh, the firebolt is a different damage, so I just rolled a 6 plus. Do I plus anything for that? It's just that of acid, right?
Yeah, but I think it's 2d10 because we're level 5 or higher, right?
Well, it can depend on the sources of the. It depends if both classes give you that spell or not.
No.
Oh, okay.
The firebolt, yes. This, no.
Okay, yeah, so 6 acid damage. See, dissolving portions of the zombie's skin, but he's still holding on.
I just don't have a lot in my quiver left, so, yep. Nope.
Okay, any
This is
bonus
where-
action?
I don't have a lot I can do with my bonus. Hold on. That doesn't use the spell slot, of which I have very few left. I just don't have it.
Okay, sounds good.
I'm good.
The Deathbreed Alchemist goes squishing and sloshing down to the south away from Shalati. Up against the wall, you can see all the faces on its body, fearful, screaming. One of the zombies moves towards Shalati. I doubt if 12's going to hit you. Lunges out, tries to bite.
Does not, but I will use my held action to attack it.
All right.
Yeah. Not sneak. So it would be 10 slashing.
All right. Tell me a story, please.
It comes toward her lurching, but she almost casually, just too tired for her shit, just like sticks the glaive out and it runs itself onto it. And then she whips it to the side and shakes it off.
Peach backs away. Come on, we gotta get out of here. And we're gonna give Shalati and Casey both Bardic Inspirations. I'm just gonna simplify what she's doing.
I saw the Bardic Inspiration from last time. That's what that little flag on my character
She
is.
remembers, and she gives it to Seifert. Speaking of which, Seifert, your turn.
Does Ava look like she can run?
Yeah. She's when she healed Esmond, you saw it looked like she tried to pull some energy back in herself, and some of the wounds on her seemed to close up a little bit. So she's still really rough, but she can run.
Cyphered, I think Cyphered actually also has to stand up. And it's half movement to stand up.
Yes. I can't remember though. What knocked you down?
Oh, I guess I wouldn't have been knocked down. I pulled Esmond out of the thing.
Yeah, you're fine. You're still standing.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. So kind of sizzling and drenched. The ladder on that side was destroyed, right?
Mhm.
On the okay. Okay, let's get out of here. This way. And Cyphered will bound ahead. Having gotten to the corner, she will shout back to the room behind her. If we move quickly, the way is still kind of clear. And then...
Just a note, the red dots on people mean that they're bloodied. So if I have you bloodied and you go not bloodied, just take it off. Or if you go bloodied, you can put it back on.
I have a logistical question.
Mm-hmm.
My tentacles give me a 15-foot reach, but Salinger is in the path between me and the thing. That is in my way, right?
I think if it's a melee attack, you can attack past friends. The only issue is you would have to be 5 feet closer to use it right now.
I would.
Because a 5-foot reach is a square in front of you, 10 foot's 2 squares, 15 foot's 3 squares. But you can melee attack around friends.
So Salinger's in range of the attack.
You get attack Salinger.
First you had some jelly, and now you have some tentacles.
I imagine them like shadowy rabbit fists. Rabbit back row.
Okay, I think I'm going to take the dash action to move a bit further.
Okay. As you get around that corner, you can see one of the zombies just holding on to Ray and biting her.
And Salinger is next to the zombie, but not currently like grappled by it.
Correct. I put the grappled icon on Casey and just moved the red dot on top of his face.
Sounds about right.
Channeling your fire through your head now instead of your hands.
Sorry, just checking on my bonus actions real quick.
No, fine.
Can I use a bonus action for that dash movement instead?
Yes.
Okay, then what are the rules for attacking something that is grappling a friendly character?
No change.
Okay, great. I'm going to do a good old attack. Also, does it grappling Araya still count as it being engaged for the purpose of adding sneak attack damage?
Yes. Next player after Cyphered will be Doc. And then Shalatian.
Do I get advantage to hit it?
No.
That will also do an additional 1d6 bludgeoning damage.
Nice. 24 is definitely going to hit. Describe to us what it looks like as you're mashing this zombie from a distance.
And then, okay. And also, I'll do 1 extra from my sneak attack pool, which is 1d6.
Okay. Nice. All right. Well, tell me a story as you kill this.
So swirling around Cyphered are these thick, shadowy like thorned vines. And as she sweeps out a foot into a kick, swings a punch, the vines lash out with her movements, whipping and tearing the zombie into shreds.
Nice. All right, anything else on your turn?
I think that is all.
Yep, so Cypher comes around the corner. Bam! 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 Zombie holding Araya, dead on the ground. Casey, one of those zombies, reaches out, grabs on, takes a bite. Oh, is a 20 gonna hit you?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to. I think I have to use a point to get him to reroll.
All right, re-rolling. What are the name of your points called?
Conflagration points. Yeah, Casey.
Alright. Oh, a natural 1 instead of a 20. Luck on Casey's side. Yeah, so as the zombie comes in to bite, it stumbles into the other one, knocks it off of you. You're no longer grappled.
Yeah, Casey is bleeding profusely, but kind of straightens up a little bit after this happens. Looks up at the hole, looks back at his friends who are all running the other way.
If only Tukabaka were here. Duck, it's your turn.
Alright. I'm gonna guess Shalati looks pretty rough off too, right?
The people around you are bloodied are Esmond, Peach,
Literally
Shalati,
everybody.
Casey.
Yeah, everyone. Okay. Alright. Yeah. Trying to summon from a well of energy that she feels like is running dry. She's going to try to cast she's going to cast a spell. Okay. This is...
To be fair, Casey and Shalati look the worst.
Yeah. Alright, this is going to be for Casey, first one. And then Shalati. Oh, didn't even matter. So she sort of concentrates and holds her side, kind of hurting, and makes a quick gesture with her hand. And the energy within channels for energy to sort of rearrange itself within Casey and suffuse itself inside of him, healing some of those wounds on his body. And then she takes that pop of energy and sort of closes her fist around it and pulls it back in the direction towards Shalati and expands her fingers and almost throws the same kind of energy into her. And the same thing happens. For just a second, she has this burst of energy and some of her wounds close a little bit. Then she starts to stagger towards, around the corner after Cypher, who had said something, and she's going to pull out a potion and sort of drink it as she's sort of limping. And as she drinks the potion, her limp kind of goes away a little bit and she starts to run a little bit better. And that'll be my turn.
Shalati, you're up.
Seeing that everybody has started to move toward the other end of it, but that Casey is still over there, she moves over to here, and then is going to swipe at this zombie that's basically right above him. Well, 16 hit
16 hits.
or 11 slashing.
Tell me a story.
This one gets a similar two-tired stab, and then she heaves with the glaive and sends it sliding off bonelessly. back away from her and growls at Casey. Go! I think, actually. And then for a moment, she winces, and although there's a fresh little run of blood, starts to run down from her ears, and there's a wavering as the another image of herself steps out from the same pool of blue-green light that the serpents around her are swaying in. If I could get another Echelon, please.
Yes. Wait. Oh, I'll remember to make an NPC thing for. Oh no, where's the icon? Okay, you should have control of it.
And then I think she will move a little bit more down over to here. Echelon will. She's gonna go over here.
Yeah, sounds good. After Shalady's turn, thump thump thump. It looks like more the undead townsfolk are dropping in. Casey, your turn. Unless Shalady, you have more things in your turn.
No, that's it. That was okay.
Casey, you're up. Next player will be Salinger.
Casey. Yeah, kind of straightens up after Doc heals him a bit, and the zombies shrugged off of him, and he kind of straightens his leather armor a bit, and feeling a bit uncomfortable in it, and turns over to Shaladi and says, "All right then, you better be right behind me though." And he'll bonus action disengage, and he'll start to move this way.
Unfortunately, these zombies are grabby. When you move away, this one lashes out at you and bites.
Even with the disengage.
Does 16 hit you?
She's going to use her reaction to attack it after this goes through.
Okay.
So Casey has a plan for this. The plan is to just wing it. As the zombie reaches out, the wings of fire erupt from Casey's back like they did last time Casey and Shaladi were next to each other in combat. And this time they just wrap around him, though. As the zombie reaches into the wings, its flesh burning off its hands, it tries to push through, but doesn't quite make it.
Nice. Escape.
Yeah, and he starts to move away.
When you finish your movement, it'll be Shalatia's reaction, though.
When I finish it, okay. Question about grease. When I step onto it, is that when I have to
I think
roll
it's
something?
I think it's when the grease appears and when you end your turn in it.
End your turn in it. Okay.
Or when you move into it for the first time? No.
I think that's definitely when you move into it for the first time, I want to say. I mean, it is also when you end your turn in it, but...
Let me check it real quick.
A creature that enters the area or ends its turn there must succeed on a dex saving throw for fall prone.
Okay, yeah.
So while Casey's moving, he snaps his finger, and a ball of fire erupts in his hand. He's going to toss it at the northern zombie. Casting Firebolt.
Let's give it a roll.
Yeah, as he does this, he says a low, Ignan word that kind of rumbles out from him. It's an 11 to hit.
11 looks like it's going to veer and miss.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Roll a d20. Tell me if you get a 1.
Nope. 16.
Okay. Hits the ceiling just above the creature.
Yeah, and he moves. Let's say he can make it to here. To here. Yep, and that. It's his turn.
And
Actually, wait. Is it too late to use my bardic inspiration on that attack? I totally forgot I had.
No, nothing else has happened.
All right, bardic inspiration. He sees Peach as he's turning. 15
Hits!
for 13 fire damage.
Yeah, you scorch the creature. Its shoulder erupting into flames, burning through the clothes. See exposed bone, it's badly hurt.
Ooh, just as this happens, he steps onto the grease.
Please roll dexterity. Let's see.
Dex save.
I believe so. Hey! You
Nat
just
20.
slide across. I'll let you move to the edge of the grease for free.
Beauty. Yeah, he skates across. He's just skating by, man. And Rhea hears in her head, Rhea? Silence? That's not the silence I meant. Hearing nothing back.
Oh, I should have talked on my turn. I'm sorry.
It's mental, so you can talk anytime.
Oh, does
Just
that...
trying.
Oh,
And is it
question.
mental?
Does it persist even when you get knocked on... Oh, no, you didn't go down.
Casey hasn't gone down. I don't think Araya has either.
I haven't. I was very close. I just zombies hugging me. I'm trying.
My reaction?
Yes.
So the 13 hit?
13 hits.
Okay. So that will be 13. Shit hits with a 13 for 13.
Alright, tell me a story.
As it lunges after Casey, narrowly missing, it instead finds itself partially intercepted by the haft of the blade, and she bats it away, practically shattering a bone and sending it sliding, skidding away.
Right after that, this zombie comes lumbering down, climbs over the corpse of its friend, lashes out at you with a bite. It's going to do a natural 20. Does that stand?
I don't think so, no. I'm going to spend a breath to make it reroll it.
It's a 13. I assume that's not going to hit you.
That will not hit, no.
So the creature lunges out to bite, but one of the serpents seems to get in the way. Stump. One of the creatures moves forward to Poppy. Takes a bite of Poppy. Does a 17 hit Poppy?
Let me double check. She has 17 armor class. I can't live with that. I'll use a thread.
Okay, rolling. Oh no.
Looks worse.
Looks on the zombie side this time and grabs hold of Poppy. Takes a bite. And she is grappled and takes 10 points piercing damage.
She's bloodied.
Salinger, your turn.
Let me put the... Okay. So, seeing that happen to Poppy, Salinger goes, no, 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 no. And, is gonna use his action to do something he's never done before.
Ooh.
Let me pull up. Well, not in this way, anyway.
Everyone has that.
He's going to use his action to make Poppy disappear and reappear right next to him. So summon her.
Ooh.
So she just... the way it looks is... turquoise to burgundy like flashes across his hair and then flashes across her scales, and she dissipates the same way when he misty steps and then reappears behind her. He gives her a little nod and said, don't do that. And then bonus action will be to go into rage.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, Poppy chirps. Looks around, confused.
That is all I can do while keeping people near me in pretty safe position.
Esmond squints, looking around. He's going to continue to take the dodge action for now. Beth carries him down, skids kind of as she gets to the corner and looks around. Seems like a good place to be. Zombie in front of a Salinger. Take a bite. Does a 15 hit you?
No.
You fend off this biting zombie. And the alchemist continues to cower. Array, you're up.
A quick thanks to Seyfried. I appreciate him more than I can say. And it's 20 here. And zombies.
25 to get there, because moving for your friend through your friends is difficult terrain.
Okay. I got one more square movement. Okay. And then silence. Ah, crap. Casey, which one's more important to silence? I can't get them both.
You hear, as long as their toes are in it.
I'm gonna make a
Yeah.
20-foot radius circle real fast and move that around. So give me 1 second.
Yeah, and just to clarify rules, Chris and Jess, they take up a 3x3 square, right?
Mhm.
I'm just trying to make a 20-foot radius circle.
I'm gonna ask a question. Let me send it to you, Chris, before you send that. Jess, 1 sec.
Oh! Alright. Sorry, I'm gonna count some squares just to make sure.
I think it's slightly tall.
Yeah,
Oh no. Is that right? I can't even tell anymore.
I don't know what I did.
They had an advanced measurement tool. Where did it go? The last time I loaded Roll20, it was there.
Now I made it too squish. So I'm gonna draw this one more time.
That looks about right. Oh, I see. Hold control or whatever while you drag it. It'll make it symmetrical. Or hold shift. One of the two.
I got it.
Alright, 20-foot radius. Where do you want to put it?
Because I know that they can move, so I'm trying to find the most effective. Like, I think I'm gonna get one of them for realsies in, and one of them somewhat in, and
Yeah,
maybe
just
just
place it where you want to.
yeah, I think I'm gonna have it like kind
You hear in your head from Casey, they're running away from Doc.
of. All right. Finally around the corner, seeing through the dissipating fog, and finally to these creatures, she summoning the last bit of energy that she can manage for something like this, casts silence to the far corner of the room where these two creatures reside.
Yeah, the air ripples a little bit. The spell goes into place.
I feel bad for Shalati. Sorry.
Suddenly, it's just her tinnitus and her. That would actually be kind of funny if silence also silenced the tinnitus.
There could only be such a blessing, right?
Yeah, Akama slinks into the corner, squishing up against the wall. One of the zombies moves towards Cypher. Lashes out with a bite. Is a 13 gonna hit you?
No, it will not.
Teeth gnash together in the empty air. Peach comes stumbling down. Looks around. It's gonna... Come on, y'all! It's gonna give Bardic Inspiration to Shalati and to Salinger.
I still have them. Although I guess it doesn't. She wouldn't necessarily know that.
I mean, if I forget, she forgets. So you get another one. Cypher, yeah.
They don't stack, right?
No, unfortunately.
As one of the zombies comes shambling towards her, she will attack it. She, in her flow of movement, spins around, pulling a slim, dark, almost looks like a really long thorn from her arm, and uses it as a melee weapon.
Nice.
I also have to check one thing. Okay, so she is going to roll to hit, and she'll still get the bonus damage from her tattoo if she hits.
Okay.
No, looks like I don't have a weapon slot made for the thorns.
It's okay. You can just manually do it. There are dice on the left-hand side. Looks like a little d20. If you scroll over it, you get options. Is there anything else on your? Oh, your deciding damage.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Let's see.
I think you would just roll a d20 and add your.
I would add dexterity.
Yeah, if it's finesse, your dexterity is probably better. Nice. 17 hits. So 4 plus dexterity, I assume. Plus d6.
Yeah, so that would be 8 plus 5, so 13.
13 points of damage. I think you discover in that moment as you hit the creature. Double check. Yes, you discover it is resistant to psychic damage. You still hurt it, but not as much as you.
Poppy's going to use her reaction. Her scales glow like a little red color underneath, and it's going to add a d6 fire damage to that strike.
Alright, roll a d6.
It's an extra 3.
Okay, and then as a bonus action, I will do. Let's see. I will spend a point of Vim to do 2 unarmed strikes. One against this guy, and then one on the one behind him.
Okay. Just to double check, does doing that, bumping it up to 2, does that takes a bonus action, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm attacking as my bonus action. Like, I'm doing... Because I attacked, I can do a bonus action to do...
Okay, yeah, sorry.
Another attack, and then using a point of Vim allows me to do 2 attacks instead of 1 as a bonus action.
Yeah. I misread your Spines of the Sister thing. You have the option of doing it at the bottom. You didn't actually do it yet.
Yeah.
Alright, do it. Oh, natural 20. That's your total damage. And you'll be adding bloody damage to this as well, which is half of your total character level.
So that should be the extra damage to the first one, and then the extra damage to the second one.
All right.
From the tattoo. Let me double check that applies every time.
Chris, the zombie that is grappling Sal, did he fall off the initiative order?
I don't think so. He's not grappling Sal, though. He's just fighting him. He hasn't hit yet.
Yeah, it just says that it does an extra 1d6 damage on a hit.
Okay, sounds good. So what's your total damage?
So total damage looks like is that 19 damage for the first guy?
Nice. Tell me. Well, I already did damage for the everything up to that acid hit from Poppy, so it's just the second strike. Looks like is that 7 plus 10 plus 1?
No. Those both, that was because those are both of the additional, the bonus action attacks. One on the first guy and one on the guy behind him.
Oh, okay. I see. So the first one on the guy on the bottom, or the first one on the guy on the top?
The first one is the guy on the bottom, right in front of me. And then likewise, that 1d6 roll is attached to that hit.
Gotcha. Okay,
So that's...
So 9 on that first guy? Is that correct? Or is it 10?
I think it's 19, because it's the 6 plus 3, and then the 1d6 of additional damage plus bloodied.
Okay, nice. Tell me a story.
Swirling around as he advanced on her, Seyfried whips out one of the spines, like a thorn pulled from her own arm, and slashes it across the neck as another vine, a shadowy vine, sort of coils around it, tearing it to shreds. And at the same time, she whips around with another rabbit kick, and another one of her shadowy vines whips forward in tandem in an attack towards the other guy.
And what's the total damage on the second zombie?
Looks like 8.
That's enough to tear open part of the zombie. You see some exposed ribs, bloodied.
Okay, and then Seyfried is going to move as well.
And just a reminder, that white square is not a barrier, that's on the ceiling. Anything else on your turn?
I think that's everything.
The zombies moves forward and takes a lunging bite at Seyfried. But 9, I don't think it's going to hit you. Doc, you're up.
Reaching out, she just barely at the edge of it, looks back over her shoulder and sees the zombie that's right in the face of Shalati, and she just sort of concentrates as hard as she can and barely can reach it. She tries to throw the zombie away, have it make a DC 17 strength saving throw.
Failure.
She pushes it north, and it just sort of, like, for flavor, stumbles over its dead companion right behind it. Then she moves into a position right here, and she will hold her action into turn.
The end of Doc's turn. Thump, thump, thump.
Can you do it north? It says corridor away from you.
Yeah, I took a different feat that lets me move in different directions.
Oh, I see. I didn't read the bottom one. Cool.
Plop, plop, plop. 3 more undead townsfolk fall into the room. Charlotte, it's your turn.
Cool. Well, given that there's nobody actually right next to me, well, hmm. Yeah, okay. I think, she almost, as the creature slides away from her, the haft of the forearm goes after it. She's going to attack that one. For 8 slashing and bloody, so that'd be 12.
Tell me a story.
This one she sort of strikes at its hamstrings as it sort of stumbles back and essentially just slashes its knees away. It's still moving, but not really functioning anymore. And while she is doing this, Ishtalan is moving, casually sliding across the grease puddle. She doesn't seem to be affected by it. And she looks back over. Ishtalan looks back over her shoulder, and there's a weird sort of eyeball bending moment before the form of Ishtalan suddenly gains color and solidity, and then by the bearing and the stance and the ragged breathing, it's Shalati standing there, and the form where Shalati had been standing goes suddenly transparent and loses the wounds that she'd been carrying. And then Ishtalan moves forward a little bit more. Shalati blinks, looks around herself, and looks back over her shoulder, almost kind of smiles, and then looks at Peach on Casey on the other side and nods. Is going to put the halberd back in its little carrying sling and unbuckles the buckler from her side, from her belt, and draws a little dagger, the same one that Ishlan was using when she would make attacks of her own. And then she just sort of jerks her head toward the route that everyone else is going, and that's the end of her turn.
All right, Casey, you're up.
Yeah. Casey says, just like, I didn't know you could do that. He looks back at Ishtalan and Agar's. Nice. Snaps his fingers, and a ball of fire appears in his hands. And looks back, looks forward at his friends there, and then doesn't take a step. Just kind of squints through his friends, chucks it right at the one right in front of Sal. This will be advantage.
It's going to gain some armor class because you're firing through so many friends.
Oh,
So it's going to gain +5 armor class.
+5. So I don't miss usually. Yeah, this fireball comes out from his hand. Aim is true.
Is it?
See that shot though? That shot's no problem. It's no problem. 12 to hit.
Unfortunately, as the
Wait, you can re-roll it again, can't you? Because didn't you get a 1 on one of those?
Oh, can I do that?
You only get to reroll the result that you take.
Yeah,
Well, I
that's what I
meant.
was.
Oh, I thought it was because he was a rogue.
Yes, but you only get to reroll the result that you take.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was a 3, not a 2. Yeah, 12 to hit.
And I use my ration to give him my bardic inspiration. No.
You have so many.
I guess sailing through. There's a ping against your shield. What's that? Weird.
Watch it, Casey. I feel like he would somehow know it was Casey.
You hear in your head, why are you guys just all standing around? We had a perfectly good exit back here.
Anything else on your turn?
No, that's my turn.
Another zombie comes shambling forward, lunges out with a bited cipher. Oh, is a 23 going to hit you?
That depends. What are the rules of being grappled?
Your movement gets reduced to 0.
Is that it?
That's it, grappled. You have to, like, fight your way out of it. You stay grappled.
Does the status of being grappled, does that also give other creatures advantage to hit you?
Restrained does that.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Alright. Grabs on, bites. You take 9 points of piercing damage. Sinks its teeth in. Another zombie comes shambling forward and it's going to take a bite. Will a 21 hit?
Oh well.
Does 21 stand?
Considering I have exactly 1 breath left, I think it will stand.
Alright. It reaches out and sinks its teeth in. 10 points of piercing damage to Ishtalon.
Its teeth barely sinks into this little sort of gooey ectoplasmic mass before there's this pop as of a bubble bursting, and she dissolves into shreds of light. Chelsea, the little smile that Charlotte had been wearing slips off, and she
The zombie kind of looks confused. Swipes at the empty air. Salinger, your turn. Salinger, while you're deciding, actually, let me have Araya, Cyfred, Ava, and Salinger, and Poppy all make perception checks. This is visual perception. Or scent, your choice.
Poppy good at smelling.
She more like tastes the air, but that's just
Jeez.
splitting hairs.
Such good rolls.
You all are incredible with all of your exact same roll. Meanwhile, Aurea's remarkably oblivious.
It's only a 10-point difference, but everyone's otherwise got the same.
Well, all of you who got the 22s, you can see that acid has burned one of the barrels down here. And you realize you see something shiny.
Treasure.
I love the idea that Cyphered, who has just been bitten by a zombie and is like double engaged, sees out of the corner of her eye something shiny and is like, ooh, all right, making a note.
Shiny, or it smells shiny.
1, 2.
Priorities. It's like while the zombie like sort of whipped her head to the side and she saw it.
Like the fourth wall breaking text in the comic panel. Salinger, your turn.
So Salinger is going to grip the spear, Salusa's spear, with both hands, and then flip it around over his shoulder and swing it two-handed, bludgeoning side down. Since it's versatile, that way it does a d6 instead of a d4. And he's going to go reckless, as he says, "I don't have time for this." That 27's pretty good.
Hit.
Since a new round started and Poppy acts with me, she regains her reaction, right?
Poppy gains her reaction at the beginning of her turn. So if she acts with you, then it's at the beginning of your turn.
Cool, yeah, that's what I thought. She does act with me. So I'll have her add the d6 fire on top of this. So we're doing 13, 17 total damage with this swing.
What's the damage type?
4 is fire. 7 is bludgeoning as opposed to piercing, because I two-handed it and used the bludgeoning side. And then the additional 4 is coming from rage. So it's just adding on to the bludgeoning.
Tell me story.
Sweet. So as he swings the spear down, using it more like a quarterstaff, two-handed, it connects with the section of the zombie where the neck and the collarbone meet. You hear a sickening crack noise as it sinks halfway down through the rib cage, and then it sloughs off down to the ground in a crumpled pile. And he says, "Oh, disgusting. This is all disgusting." And he's gonna move.
Moving over the corpse, difficult turn.
That's fine. That'll be part of the disgusting narrative then. Ugh. I'm going to use my bonus action for Poppy to do an attack round on this zombie as we move over to it. And she's going to use her claws based on what we learned about them.
Right.
Oh, weird. Oh, it's at 9 to hit. Yeah, so she just misses.
Yeah, well, she cuts through it, but whatever she cut through wasn't important.
All right, that's it for me. I did all the things.
Well, that exact zombie. Call higher, even or odd.
Which one hits me?
What you're deciding.
Ugh, odd. I'm the odd one.
All right. Zombie lashes out at you. Oh, 10 to hit.
That misses. I'm doing the stiff arm football player thing to his forehead.
Esmond groans and is going to dodge action. Beth's going to move up with Esmond, looking around. Araya, Doc, you kind of see Beth look around suspiciously and steal some of the snacks from Esmond's pouch.
Speaking of priorities.
Honestly, though.
Takes the attack action. The snack attack.
Snack.
Another zombie goes for Cypher. They're crowding in. But a 9's not going to hit you. Araya, you're up.
Okay. She's gonna try to keep her. All right. I'm gonna move to that square first. And looking up into this, is there any seemingly useful place that, like, if I have a rope, I could throw it to create like a makeshift way up, or
Potentially, you could just certainly try. You're not quite sure what's up there. Like, you were up there briefly. There's some things it could latch onto, but you don't have line of sight on it.
okay. Okay, I'm gonna wait for the person who's good at that stuff. Shalati. I'm gonna attack the one of the zombies that's on Cyfred. I just have to pick which one I want to use. She's going to cast a firebolt. She's going to cast a firebolt to the one furthest south of Cyfred.
16 will hit.
Yes.
That's 16 fire damage.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me story.
Looking up into the acid hole and just more and more of these zombies coming around the corner. She, from her hand, just hurls a gut of flame tinged with blue at the nearest zombie to her. Maybe we can come out this way. Which side has more zombies coming in from it? As they seem to be a never-ending stream of zombies. And then I've got 5 more movement. I'm gonna... I'm good. I'm gonna hold my bonus action just in case somebody is in desperate need of healing in a moment. But no one other than Casey seems dire, right?
Salinger, Esmond are bloodied. Peach, Shalati, Casey all bloodied.
Everybody's bloodied.
Poppy too.
Poppy too.
Yeah, it was the second Poppy. We don't talk about Poppy 1.
Then as I'm about to use Salinger as my main taking all of the attacks, she's going to cast with her bonus action Healing Word onto Sal. Oh, the +6 is now a +8 since we're level 8. Sorry. So +2 more, right? Or is it?
Yeah.
It's plus our level, right?
Well, it's plus the total levels of classes that can cast that spell.
+8!
So plus 14 healing to you, Salinger.
Update my thingy.
Zombie immediately moves down. Oh, is that the end of your turn, by the way?
It is.
Zombie takes a bite at you, Salinger. Does 22 hit you?
Yes.
9 points piercing damage. You become grappled.
Oh, I'm resistant to piercing.
5 points piercing. Peach says, "Come on, gotta move!" And Casey and Salinger are going to gain bardic inspirations. Actually, Casey and Seifert.
Seifert has one.
Oh,
From Peach from earlier.
okay. She remembers. Salinger, you get one. You get it. Seifert, your turn.
How could that tone not inspire?
So the zombie right in front of her takes advantage of her diverted attention, bites her, grapples her, and in response, she not mechanically grapples right back, fighting with all of her claw and might. She will do some good old unarmed attacking. I'm going to spend another Vim to also do the doubled bonus action attack.
Awesome. Just do the first one first in case you kill it. Oh, another natural 20.
Okay, and then that d6 was the bonus force damage from the vines.
Okay. So is that a total of 14?
Yes, it is.
Bloodied, badly hurt.
So, can I do... I'll go ahead and spend the key to do the double bonus action attack, but I'll do them one at a time in case the first one kills the guy in front of me.
Absolutely. A little bit of vim.
So that first one should do 12 damage.
Tell me a story.
As the zombie grapples her, the shadowy vines emanating from Seifert's person coil around with their razor sharp thorns and whip back, shredding the zombie between them.
one more attack left, I believe. You are also no longer grappled.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and throw that last whip up at the northern zombie.
It hits for sure.
And that should do 11 damage.
Bloody.
Okay, and then she's going to spring back just a little bit.
When you try to move away, this creature's grabby. Takes a bite at you. Oh no. Is the 22 gonna hit you?
I'll have him reroll that one. Yeah.
Does a 13 hit you? You get away. Anything else on your turn?
Did we identify what the shiny stuff was? Am I close enough to see what it is from here?
No, not. You can't tell from the outside. You just see a hint of it in that barrel where it's broken up on the side.
Okay, that's it for my turn.
At the end of Cypher's turn, you can use my held action. The zombie that is holding on to Sal and grappling with him, have him make a DC 17 Dex saving throw.
Aha. Oh, huge failure.
Yeah, he falls flat on his face.
Flies back, hits that crate, falls to the ground, prone.
Nice. Okay. Ava, at the beginning of her turn, she's going to look around, sees where everybody is, runs to this place. She's going to push. Let's see. Yeah, I actually don't know. Is she close enough to look in the barrel? Would that be an action?
Yeah, prying open the barrel would be an action.
I'm not going to do that. Okay. It's hard not to play the treasure-seeking person. Yeah, instead... Oh, okay. She's just going to pull a friend. Yeah, alright. If Casey allows it, she's going to pull him 5 feet forward.
We have to try, and then Casey decides if accept.
Okay. Yeah, she's going to try to kind of give him a little boost. Have him move basically parallel to where Shalati is.
Casey, much like when you're in a crowd and you get that feeling that someone's reaching in your pocket.
Does Casey realize what's happened?
I feel like
Yeah. Ava will be shouting. She'll be like, "Come on, hurry up!" And she sort of like waves her hand and sort of is gesturing towards, and you kind of feel like a little push.
You realize why you lost one of the foot races back at the festival a few years ago.
Yeah, Casey will raise an eyebrow and kind of let the grease on his shoes or on his. Yeah, I guess he's wearing sandals.
Did we invent Helios? Did we just invent Helios?
It kind of slides forward up next to Gelati, raises an eyebrow at Doc, and then turns. It's like, hey.
All right. Anything else on your turn, Doc?
No, I was trying to think of where I was gonna move. I'm just gonna move on my turn. I'm not sure exactly where, but that's hold my action and move. Oh, and she says, "We have to hurry. There's only like half a minute left or so." Oh, I'm sorry. Is that zombie that is right south of Sal still alive?
It just appeared, dropped in from the ceiling. Pop, 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 at the end of your turn.
All right.
Unpleasant or surprise. Raining cats and dogs, not raining zombies.
Shalati, your turn.
Real quick, I forgot that I was going to respond to Araya once it was my turn. I don't think anything has happened that would change what she was going to say. Can I say it without using my reaction?
Yeah, this time.
So as Cyfred slides over in response to Araya asking which way is more loaded up with zombies, Cyfred huffing. The way looks clear on the other side of these guys.
As as Casey is pulled into place right next to her, Shalati takes off and just snakes her way past, forgive the pun, but don't, into this space right there, bringing the buckler hand around to backfist the zombie that's right here.
Make an attack.
So for 6 bludgeoning.
Crack it good. It stumbles. It's still up.
And I think she's... Oh, no, she can't. Wait. Yeah, no, she can't use a bonus because she uses half her bonus to dash. I think she... I think she might move up around to stand on top of this dead one. Yeah. And having heard that, she's what Cypher shouted. She's going to look and see what she can see of the landscape, I guess, at the far end of the cellar.
Okay, yeah, taking a peek, you see a couple barrels. It looks like another zombie's just dropped in, or not dropped in, come down the stairs from the Physiker. But it's just one. It looks like there's just, well, between you and them, there's just three between you and the exit.
That way looks clearest to me too. If we can get over there, if we can keep the fighting here, keep the noise here, and then sneak over there, and maybe they won't come to that hole. And that'll be the end of my turn.
The zombie just dropped in. Salinger, Araya, each roll a d6.
Is the 6 good? Is it bad?
The zombie bites Araya. Does an 11 hit you?
No, Thankfully.
Gnashes out at you. Casey, you're up.
Is it just difficult terrain to vault over one of those barrels?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Casey. Here's Doc. Yo. There's only like half a minute left. It's like, all right then. And he runs towards Peach, vaults over this barrel here. And when he lands on the other side next to her, he's like, you're going to want to move. We don't want them following us. And he snaps his finger, and another ball of fire erupts into his hand. And he throws it at the ceiling behind him, probably just in front, like maybe halfway between the grease spot and this wall, like right here-ish. My goal is to ignite the ceiling and block the way.
What spell are you using to try to do this?
It would be a firebolt cantrip.
Just roll your damage on the firebolt.
It does ignite things, I think.
Mm-hmm.
A flammable object hit by the spell ignites. So.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
15.
The bolt of fire, boom, hits the ceiling, chars the wood, and you can see some hot embers beginning to smoke. Your understanding of fire, knowing it quite well, it would take 20, 30 minutes for this to really get going. You're going to need something a lot more powerful if you want to ignite this and bring the ceiling down.
There. All right. And he keeps moving. And I'm probably going to bonus action dash, but that will be my turn.
Zombie goes down in the grease. Salinger, your turn.
Slight technical difficulty. I'm having to hold the microphone, so I'll do my best to click things.
Oh no.
One of the legs fell off. It's normal. Okay, he is just going to hit this zombie the same way he did last round, so two-handed.
Which zombie? One on the left or one on the south?
Oh god, there's two on me now. Let's go south, the one that's also adjacent to Araya, who is healing people.
All right.
And by people, I mean me, and I am playing favorites. 27 hit.
27 definitely hits.
Sweet. So I didn't do reckless this time, so they won't get advantage to hit me, but 7 bludgeoning plus an additional 3 is 10. Oh, I didn't... Yeah, that's right. And then I'll do the poppy reaction too, so an extra d6 fire.
Give it a roll.
2. Weak.
Creature's bloodied, singed, part of its guts torn open, spilling out on the ground.
Okay. Poppy, I'll use my bonus action to have her attack and hopefully finish this thing off. She is going to trudge through this lumped corpses to get there.
Alright, when she
Oh,
moves,
would that provoke? Yeah, okay.
the one on your left takes a bite.
Oh,
Oh,
That's a natural one, as we predicted.
one. Yeah, as it lunges for Poppy, Poppy leaps in the air, kicks off of its face, claw gashes through, real damage on Poppy's attack.
Sweet. "11 slashing.
Tell me a story, Poppy.
Oh my god." Poppy kicks off, slashing through the midsection of this creature with one talon, and then with the other foot launches off of its head, doing a little corkscrew before landing in front of this other one. The undead creature looks down and then falls into a puddle, its arms flailing just for a moment before it stops. And then she'll do her actual attack. Chris, you were teaching me bad combat habits. Now I want to provoke attacks of opportunity.
The gambler side. But what if I get that 5% chance of a...
I'm getting confirmation bias. 20 to hit and 12 slashing damage.
20 hits. Tell me a story, Poppy.
Oh my god. Poppy, on a rampage as she starts to land, realizes the opportunity she has as her talons rake down the center of this creature, and it splits diagonally from one side to the other, shoulder to hip, and then slides into two parts right below Salinger. And there's a splash, and he goes, "Oh, thank you, but gross." And I can still move, actually. All right, that's it for me.
Kabeth, with Esmond on her shoulder, says, "Guys, this is just like spin turf!" And goes running after Salinger. Esmond groans, takes a dodge action. Zombie there, right by Salinger, takes a bite. Oh my gosh.
I'm invincible.
As it lunges at you, it seems to throw itself right onto your spear. Roll damage.
A whopping 9.
Well, half of that goes down to 4. Tell me story.
Salinger, still beaming at Poppy after taking care of those two monsters, turns around to see a zombie lunging at him, and it just slides onto the spear. He looks a little confused and shakes it off, and it falls to the ground.
Deathbreed Alchemist Coward. Right.
So we have to be quiet heading to the other staircase. So that way more zombies don't come down. She's going to... I think that spot's safe. Ugh. And then at the... Hold on, let me measure. Perfect. At the far zombie, she's going to cast Sacred Flame. Although I can move forward just a little bit. It's 60.2. Are we going to round up or down on that one?
You need to move forward a little bit.
I'm going to move forward a little bit. Okay. So she's going to cast. The sound comes from where I'm at, not from where it hits the zombie, right?
Assuming it has a vocal component.
Excellent. Or do I attack the close zombie and wait for that zombie to come over? Question. I'm just going to attack the one straight in front of me. Nope, the far away one. Sacred Flame. it has to make a dexterity save of a DC 16.
Failure.
And that's Radiant Flame. 10 damage.
Bloodied. Still alive. It staggers.
Yeah, nope, that's me. Oh, thanks for keeping track of that.
The zombie staggers forward, takes a bite. Salinger. Does a 16 hit you?
What? That's not a 1. No. 16 misses by 1 point. No way, I'm two-handed. It does it.
Okay, just I think your microphone got switched to your other microphone,
Yeah,
like
it
your camera
was-
microphone.
Strangely quiet.
No,
You're back.
I might have packaging taped the leg and then forgot to put it back up here, so it was near my head. Anyway, so yeah, since I'm two-handing the spear, I don't have my shield up, so it does.
It's 9 piercing damage as it bites and holds on. You're grappled.
Gotcha. So I'll take half from the resistance.
Okay. The zombie, nearly forgotten, gets up to his feet. Takes a bite at Esmond.
I'm going to react to that.
I think that hits Esmond.
Oh my gosh, even with Kevin not here.
With him dodging.
Yep, that was disadvantage roll.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Is this
Grabs
thing?
it right out of Kibeth's arms.
Yeah, he grabs Esmond off of her shoulder, bites onto him, hauls him off of her shoulder onto the ground. She stumbles back a little bit. Esmond looks the worst you've ever seen anyone ever look.
Jesus Christ.
I think reacting instinctively, Echelati is going to like grab at the arm or trying to like grab Esmond too, and there's a moment of a tug of war before she comes around with the shield and hits the zombie across the jaw. That's 8 bludgeoning plus 12 bludgeoning.
Let me start.
She does this and manages to basically spin its head around, and she pulls Esmond, like his nearly sort of head lolling, the zombie body over her shoulder. Fireman carry.
Peaches, I'm moving! And Salinger and Casey gain inspirations. Or no, not inspirations. Bardic inspirations.
Double inspiration.
Life here.
Spying just the absolute tiniest slivers of time and opportunity. Cyphered hops down around Ava, sliding up next to Casey. She's gonna figure out what the fuck is in that barrel.
Take an action to go through it, but it's pretty easy. You don't have to roll anything. You can see something peeking out from where the grains of it looks like a shipment of maybe rice that people would use for. It seems like it's like a strange color though. There's like a satchel peeking out of it.
As Cyphered is like rifling through stuff, she's kind of like muttering half to herself, half to whoever's close enough to hear, like, they shoved all of their scientists and doctors into this one weird block, and they gave them the strangest basement I've ever seen. And if we leave and I don't get to find out what they were keeping in here, I will never be able to forget it. And she'll pull out the satchel.
Yeah. Well, you say that it's a leather. It looks like a leather, almost like folio case. Like it would unlatch and open up. It's really nice. And you open it up, and inside you see rows, 2 full rows of glass vials. It was just in the middle of all this rice.
She quickly shuts it and adds it to her belongings. Oh, yes, definitely. So that was my action. 1 second. Okay, so she's going to move again up by the barrel, and I think that will be it for the turn.
All right, Doc, you're up.
Alright, for turn, I guess use held action. Move. We're back over here. And, what to do? Doesn't look like. Yeah, she's just, being encouraging to everybody, like, come on, we gotta go. There are some more coming down the stairs, it looks like, on the other side, though. And, let's see. Yeah, I will hold my action.
All right, Charlotte, you're up. Another one drops in nearby.
Right.
Can I toss Esmond back to Kiveth?
Dropping him's a free action.
What would happen if I hit the zombie with Esmond?
Only one way to know.
Seeing the zombie slither down, like pop down out from the thing above, she tries to not actually drop him on his head, but she's in a little bit of a hurry, so she sort of lets him slide out of her arms onto the ground square, in the space between her and Hibeth, and says, "You're faster than I am, take him," and turns back around and comes back up to her, like spins back up with a backhand of the shield, and if that doesn't do it, which probably won't because it's just a shield.
When Esmond hits the ground, he does not die.
That's 9 bludgeoning.
9 points of bludgeoning damage.
And then she will 2-weapon fighting, follow that up with the dagger. Yeah.
Do you have blood?
Yeah. Bloody, but I will also use my Bardic Inspiration.
Okay.
So that's 13.
And that 13 hits.
Nice. So that will be 10 piercing. I'm assuming that means 5.
Yes. Is that total damage?
Yes, so that's 9 bludgeoning, 10 piercing.
It's in really bad shape. You've torn it open. It's somehow still alive.
I think that will... Well, if Esmond is in this space in between her... Or is he in my space, or is he...
Yeah, you said you dropped him over there. So
Yeah, so if I can stand over him, and then she's going to shuffle a little bit over to do that.
Okay.
Chris, did the 9 points bloody the thing? Did the first attack bloody it?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Plus bloodied. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
No, that included bloodied. The 10 piercing included bloodied.
Okay, cool. Anything else on your turn?
Actually, can I use sneak on that?
Not after I tell you the result.
Okay, that's it.
Anything else?
That's it for me.
Casey, you're up.
Chris, do I know? Can I cast like a control flames on the ceiling to spread the fire quicker? Would that have any notable effect?
Yeah, it would like cut the time down in half. But you're still, for like a cantrip on like a 4x4 piece of wood, like, yeah, it's gonna take a while to get that going. Higher level spell slot might do it.
Right. No, that's reasonable.
No, Peach, I think, uses her reaction, looks at you as you're looking at him, and she says, Casey, I can do that spell again.
Yeah? Well, let's see it.
Okay, you see her look up at that spot that you hit, and she starts to focus.
And Casey will grin a bit and say, "So we want to draw him away from our escape route, huh? Fair enough." Reaches down to his belt, touches the pouch that has a vague buzzing noise coming from it. It's like, yeah. Reaches over, pulls out a wand that many of you have seen him use, and he, I think I'll take a couple steps back towards the place. It rolls 20 is being weird, but yeah, and he will cast his wand of pyrotechnics back towards the two creatures.
Ping where you're casting it?
Yeah. So he'll take 2 steps that way. And cast. Right there.
All right. Yeah, as the little mote leaves your wand, spouts the air, boom! There's a loud burst of thunder sound that you guys all hear echoing off of the walls over on that side of the room. And you can hear shuffling footsteps on the ceiling above you going that direction.
And Casey just looks over his shoulder at Peach and is like, "We're going to want to bring that roof down." And then he starts running back towards the way he stepped. And I will, I think, bonus. No, that's going to be my turn. I don't think I'll bonus action dash. But that'll be my turn.
Zombie gets up from the grease and goes shambling forward, slipping a little bit as it goes. Salinger, you're up.
There's still a zombie right in front of me. I'm gonna hit it. Guess a 26 does it.
26 is gonna hit.
Okay.
Total
So that
damage.
is 8. It's 8 so far, with Poppy's adding fire again. Ew, 9. That's not a lot.
Enough to bloody it, though. One of its arms falls off.
Can Poppy occupy the square of that down zombie just to the south of it?
Yes, just moving into it is difficult terrain.
Okay, well, she does the little jump, splashes into like a puddle, and then jumps back up and slashes at this one that's missing an arm, trying to get the other arm, disarming it. And she misses terribly.
Oh, cuts through the guts, but doesn't need them. Esmond dropped on the ground. Schlotty goes and stands over him. What? No! Kabeth reaches down, grabs his arm, starts to tug, but you're standing kind of part of on his clothes, and she can't move, and she's like, what?
She's not even gonna get to roll.
Nah, it's fine.
Can I use my reaction to get off his clothes?
Yes, you could, if you'd like to.
Okay. Yeah, I think I will do that.
Alright, she pulls him free. Another zombie shambling forward. Alchemist cowers. Araya.
So many zombies. If I move, if I'm staying within like the combat but just positioning differently from the zombie, I'm not engaging, disengaging, right?
As long as you don't leave whatever its reach is.
And then 5 feet reach like means that I could get 1 square beyond my next thing, right?
If it has a 5-foot reach, as long as you stay within 5 feet of it, it cannot take an attack opportunity.
Because I would like. Okay, hold on. Because I'd like to do this, and I think that if I was standing here.
You would only hit
Nah,
one. You would only
not
hit
really.
one of them.
It's only for like what's adjacent.
Mhm.
Alright. Well then I'm gonna use it on the guy that's right next to me.
Each creature of your choice. Okay, well, I had your
Yes. So
Constitution. They don't have a bonus. That. Failure. It fails.
well.
Why?
What 1 point of damage.
Plus bloodied.
Plus bloodied. Okay, so 5 points of radiant damage.
Barely clinging to life. The flesh gets seared. And one eye seems to have gone blind.
Just yes. And then I am. Can I step over Esmond and get beyond him?
Esmond? Esmond's being...
Oh,
yeah, you
but
can
I
move-
could like pass through friends.
Yeah, it's just difficult terrain.
There. Okay, done.
So he moves forward and takes a bite at Poppy. No. 23. Oops, Sal, you around? Oops, Sal might be AFK.
Sorry, I had a baby sounds to go check on.
Oh, you're fine. A zombie has stumbled forward and is taking a bite at Poppy, and it's currently rolling a 23 to hit.
Yeah, I'll use a thread point to not lose her.
Natural 1! Roll an attack, Poppy. Roll damage.
There's 5 slashing.
Plus bloody. Tell me a story, Poppy.
Poppy is still splish splashing in this pile. Doesn't at first notice that a zombie's about to lunge towards her, but when it does, it steps in the same puddle of goo, falling down, and then Poppy lands on top of it, shredding into the back just below its spine, severing that connection, and it stops moving.
Nice. The one just north of Poppy takes a bite at Salinger. But that's going to miss, just scraping against your armor. It's just trying to reach you. It can't quite get you.
I think you missed the one that was southwest Echelonte.
Oh, did I skip it?
I think so, because it's like those 3 zombies in rapid succession.
Oh, it was right after me.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I must have skipped it. It's going to take a bite. Currently rolling a 20.
Yeah.
11 points of piercing as it latches on. You hear shambling on the left. Peach says, "Okay, here goes." Yeah, she takes out 2 of her cooking pots, smashes them together, but you hear the sound thunderous from that point in the ceiling above those zombies. There's an explosion of wood and rocks and 4x4s and all kinds of debris and dirt come pouring down some of the contents of whatever's in the building above. Rocks come down, barring the way and smashing some of the zombies beneath. Right, yeah, I think it did it.
Nice.
Cypher, you're up.
Cypherid whips out what looks like a dried leaf from her pocket, and she cups it in one of her hands and blows on it, and it begins to smoke. The smoke drifts around everyone within a 30-foot circle from Cypherid, which that's close enough to get everyone, right?
30 feet should be pretty much getting everyone. You might be a little short on Peach, but you could move down a little bit.
Okay, yeah. I'll go down a little bit. I will go next to Araya on the other side of Araya, not into the attack radius of the zombie.
Okay, you can do that. You'll have to go across the barrels, which is difficult terrain, but
Peter's like 26.9 feet away, so it should be fine. If that's the main thing.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, she's within range, right?
Yeah,
okay.
You're good then.
Yeah, so as smoke billows out, smelling faintly of spruce, Cypherid casts Pass Without Trace on the group.
Nice. So everyone gets plus 10 to their stealth rolls for the next hour, so long as Cypherid maintains it. Anything else?
Okay. And then Cypherid is going to move. Actually, I'm satisfied with where she is right now. Let's see. Yeah, no, that's it.
Okay. Duck, you're up.
End of Cypherid's turn. Have the zombie that is grappling with Shalati make a dex saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw.
Falls on its face.
Which one?
I
the one
think it's the bottom right, bottom left, yeah.
And sorry, I can't remember, do you have an ability that makes it fall prone, or was that just flavor?
That's what the thing does that I cast.
Okay. Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
And-
just.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's fine.
Do I fall prone with it since it's grappling me, or does it tear it away from me?
I'm thinking. I'm thinking it'll break the grapple. Like it knocks.
And then, well, she can't lead the charge. I guess she's just gonna kind of. All right, she's gonna push the one that just fell down. She's gonna try to shove it onto its dead friend to the left, and then she's gonna hold her action and stay right there. That'll be the end of her turn. Oh, it'll be a strength saving throw.
And that's for which creature? Sorry.
The one that just fell on its face that was grappling Shalati, she's gonna try to push it over to the left. Just sort of fell on its face, and now she's trying to shove it away from her friend.
Well, while it's prone, it'll have advantage on that, though.
Okay.
No, it actually makes
No,
it.
it failed.
That.
Yeah, yep. Oh, she tries
Well-
to shove it.
What? Yeah, no. It succeeded.
Yeah. So she's trying to hold on to it, and it sort of shifts a little bit, but manages to claw its undead hands into the floorboards and stay where it is. Then yeah, hold per action, and I guess she'll move right here. Let me see if I'm gonna move there. Yeah, I'm gonna move, and that's gonna be the end of my turn.
At the end of Ava's turn, you hear more muffled sounds of footsteps on the ceiling above you, heading to the left. Shalati, your turn.
Okay. She basically goes down one knee and brings the shield down at it. So they should have an advantage. Because it's prone. Oh, nice.
Ooh.
It's a terrible roll, but that's 14 bludgeoning.
14 bludgeoning. Tell me story.
Actually, so for Flavor, she's not using her shield as it goes down, and then like, sort of like as Ava tries to push it away. Instead, Shalati's boot comes down on its chest, caving it in very much like the thing, and she sort of grinds her heel in its abdomen for a bit before lifting it out, pausing for a millisecond, make sure it's not moving anymore, and then it's going to move towards this one and will do her bonus follow up with a dagger. So that's 12 piercing, including hooding.
Tell me a story, please.
This one, it's very simple almost. She pretty much just walks up and then stabs it with the curving fish gutting knife and pretty much drags her hand up, pulls it out again. Its chest explodes from the inside, and then she shoves it back as it falls. I think I still have a little bit of movement left from it actually, so she looks at everyone else and then looks at that one. Yeah, I'll figure out where to move. I don't think I'm actually going to end up being in proximity. And that will be the end of it.
You're up.
Can I see / attack at that guy from where I am, or will I have to move?
Yeah, you can partially see him. He'll get some extra armor class. But...
How much extra?
I think 2 extra.
Casey snaps his fingers. Peach hairs in her head. Nice job. We're getting out of here. And then slings a ball of fire at the creature. Advantage because he's not moving. But also, it's a kind of a tough shot, so he really is gonna hit it. He kind of leans a little bit as it's flying through the air.
24 hits.
It explodes 15 fire damage to the creature.
Tell me a story.
Yeah, he leans as it looks like it's going wide, and then it just kind of curves right into him, erupts as flames singe the creature. It takes one step forward. The next step doesn't touch the ground. It just falls flat over. And he's like, right. Regroup then, yeah. And he looks at all his friends in front of him. No foes. And he grins. A little bit of blood coming down from his mouth there. A little bit of black soot on his forehead. But grinning nonetheless. That's my turn.
We're leaving initiative, largely leaving initiative for the moment. There's still some time constraints on the fear potentially. But yeah, looking around, the creatures between you and the stairs on the far right are all dead. And you hear some shambling, scraping footsteps on the ceiling above you, moving away from you towards the left. What do you guys want to do? A bit of dust falls down from the ceiling. You can see the cave in behind you.
Let's go.
I think Shalati, seeing that there's nothing left on the other side, toward their escape route, she doubles back a bit, pulls out something from her pack. I actually don't know if she had her pack. They might all be upstairs. Yeah, I'll just, maybe it is on her belt then, and kind of waves it at Casey, and then tilts her head toward the cave-in, sneaks up toward it and pours out this greasy, oily puddle over the bits of wood and barrels and stuff, etc., that she can see over there, and then points at Casey and then points at the oil.
Yeah, you see a fire burning in his eyes, and he nods. Snaps a finger. Tosses flames onto the oil.
Is that an actual oil flask?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Bursts into flames and black smoke begins curling upward.
And then she's gonna go with everyone else toward the stairs.
Okay, what's everybody doing?
Seifert is going to pop Eva's replenishing tonic of easement for a little bit of healing, and then she'll kind of sprint ahead, scout-wise, in order to start going up the ladder. Make sure it is clear.
Okay, sounds good. So Seifert's moving to start scouting ahead. What's everyone else doing?
Just quickly, does anyone need any healing? Is anyone in dire need? I can help a little, but not much.
Esmond doesn't look so good.
Okay.
One warning, casting a spell with a verbal component is enough to be loud enough to potentially draw attention.
Good to know. I don't have subtle spell. Thank you. Okay, then
Go
as quietly as possible. I do have one potion left that I could give him. She sort of looks at Ava.
Ava just sort of nods and is like, yeah.
Esmond is like aware, so if I hand him the potion, and he'll be able to take it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think now that you guys aren't running, he struggles to get free of capacity. He can walk.
Okay.
Takes the potion.
I'm gonna hand over my last grader, and then with the utmost quietness, also heading straight to the stairs.
Oh, never mind. I forget. Well, yes. I forget how bad Esmond was hurt. Yeah, he's still like leaning and still needs some help, but you give him the potion next time.
I wasn't sure how bad off he was. I mean, I knew that we pulled him back from death, but I don't actually know.
It's so bad. It's the worst anyone's ever been in their life.
He's got like one hit point, I think.
Okay. She might hover over him, concerned, but yeah. Full
Okay.
attention.
What's the healing on the potion? Or what kind of potion is it?
You're not transmitting.
You're not pressing it.
Sorry, the 44 plus 4. The greater, right?
If it's a greater, then it's 44 plus 4. Yeah.
Okay. Because I wrote stuff down, but I didn't give it stats.
You're fine. Yeah, just roll that when you get a chance. Okay. What's everyone else doing?
Ava's shuffling along sort of in the middle of the pack. Her eyes kind of like darting up at the ceiling and trying to listen for stuff as she follows the group kind of along towards the exit.
Yeah, Casey.
Sorry. as she's listening to these things, she's also like she'll move along. She reaches a hand out to be guided by whoever happens to be just right in front of her, and closes her eyes for just a second. And she's trying to recall when they get out, what where they should go. She's trying to figure out once they get up the ladder and into the out of the building. Yeah, she's trying to run through her mind about which directions, what options there are.
Okay. You mean in a larger general sense or the immediate area?
I guess the first place to duck into, and then the direction they want to head in. So both. I'll do general is fine. General is fine.
Okay. Well, for general, you pull out the map, and you can the Bog and Jorn Driel map. Kind of generally tell you where some things are. In terms of immediate, up above you is this, and this will be as Cypher is like sneaking up the ladder, peeking out. This stairway, not ladder, sorry, this is the stairway, goes up into the Physiker. In that square is also the herbalist and the alchemist shops that kind of span off to the left. Cypher, as you sneak upward, roll stealth for me.
So that'll be 39.
Nice. Yeah, none of the undead see you as you peek up into that Physiker. The room itself is empty. There are no zombies in it, but you can see out through the window from where you are right now. There are some shambling around in the courtyard, like the town square, in front of these buildings, and you can see a couple heading into the herbalist shop, which is the building that's farthest on the left.
Are there like materials or furniture around that seem like it would be relatively quick and simple to board up the place?
I mean, you could just, I mean, there's tables and things like that. You could go sliding them around. That would not necessarily be a quiet.
Right. Gotcha. Cypher will creep back down a touch to like poke, like, is it stairs or a ladder for this
It's
one?
stairs.
So she'll creep back down slightly, just enough to like poke her head back from under the ceiling, and assuming that everyone is sort of generally very close by at that point, she'll whisper, "The room above is clear, but I can see some more of these guys outside through the doorway."
We have to go outside. We have to get out of this building. Those things will start coming back.
Cypher, when you're up there, and I guess you would remember this as well, Ava, having just been up there recently. There are certainly windows on the northern side of this building that you could get out if you don't want to go into the town square.
If we can climb out from the opposite side of the square and find a different building to some other place where we can be very quiet and hopefully not be sheltering any other freaks of undead in their cellars.
All right, let's go quietly now while we can.
Does Eva have that map out?
Yeah, sure. Just sort of looking through it.
Where can we find them? Oh, there.
But what about that other one across the bridge? Do you think we can make it? And she tries to do an assessment of the general health of everyone there and remembers the running fight that they had. But,
What if we just try to find some house that backs up to the river Maybe it'll make some sound and cover some of the noise we make.
It's a good idea. It's a good idea.
If Jorn's map is even slightly proportionally accurate, it's probably about half an hour to 45 minutes of sneaking through the city to reach that next hideout.
But maybe 15 minutes to the river? Like if we just stay on this side of the riverbank?
Yeah, something like that.
It's a good idea. Maybe just to the river. Or if we can see what the bridge is like, even maybe across that so there's a little bit more between us and there's all this noise that happened. I don't know. I think we just have to go.
Yeah, leaving here is important.
That sounds good. Let's go.
Let's really go.
All right. So you guys begin to sneak upward up the stairs, up into the Physiker, moving towards the windows on the other side. Everyone roll stealth for me with your bonus.
During this time, can I have stuck the glaive, like basically the heavy weaponry, into one of those bags of holding,
Yeah,
so that it's not making noise?
you can do that, yeah, if you want to stow those things in a bag somewhere.
Do you need me to roll stealth again?
Yeah, this is like a new thing.
What's the plus for the pass? It's
Plus
10.
10, yeah.
On the
Wow,
way
24.
on the way over to the steps, Casey will help Esmond along with Kabeth, Barley on either side of him, helping him along. And he'll pop a potion and drink it down and kind of laugh at Esmond and be like, "You look worse off than you did at that Artemis festival a few years back when you got into the brandy wine mead. I mean, of course you didn't know it was mead at the time, but yeah, hell of a time, wasn't it?"
It's been turned a little green around the gills, thinking about the wine.
I'm sure this will end much better than that night did. Come on, let's go.
All right.
Is standard healing potion 2d4 plus 2?
That sounds right.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. With the help of the magic that Seyfried's cast, you're able to sneak out through those windows out into the northern alleyways, and getting out of the Physiker without drawing any attention. You head into some tight and secluded alleyways, finding yourself a good place. It seems like if you stay there for the moment, you can at least talk and gather yourselves.
Can we see the bridge from where we are? Did you say we're by the river?
No, not yet. That's like 15 minutes away.
Oh, gotcha.
Do you think, Casey, is there a place you could get a foothold and kind of look at the pathway we're gonna take? I don't want you to like climb up and get seen, but like if you can do it really quiet or something.
I can get up there. He kind of nods to Salinger. You want to give me a lift?
Sure, I'll toss you up there.
He's already running towards you.
He's only been able to roll up one sleeve. Sighs, remembering how it always happens this way.
First, Sal's going to toss Casey onto the roof.
All right. Strength, athletics from Salinger, acrobatic from Casey.
Actually, how long have we been going? Do I still have my bardic inspiration?
Yeah, I think so.
I'll use it. 18.
All right. Yep. Boot and hands up. Practiced ease. Up onto the roof.
Yeah, Casey will stay low, kind of poking up, look back towards the town center where that giant turtle thing was. Back towards Visiker, and I turn and see what the best route forward might be.
Yeah, well, just on this single rooftop here, it's not enough to see. Not high enough vantage point to quite see the entire route, but you do see the cranes, the silhouette of the cranes over in the main city square, where the trains all intersect. That's quite far away at this point. Looking around this area, it looks like, yeah, if you head over into the west, there's the least concentration of zombies, at least in the immediate area. No sign yet from, even though it's been long enough now, that the alchemist should potentially be free of his magic. No sign yet of anything.
I'm holding concentration on that silence in that corner of the building for as long as possible.
Okay.
I got 20 minutes.
Yeah, Casey will kind of survey around and then run over and nip down off the building. It's like West's way. Points that way. No real sign of the blobby guy or the turtle.
Did you see any of the buildings near the river? Anything with like a shop with a water wheel or something for more power?
Did see a water wheel at the river.
Yeah, there was one by the river. What do we need that for?
Oh, it'll make the sound. It'll just kind of be sloshing, and just the white noise of it might cover us when we're inside.
I mean, do you think that would draw them in? I think if they're drawn to sound, they would congregate around an area where there's a bunch of sound.
Oh, yeah. Maybe. I don't know. I thought, I don't know.
I mean, it's worth a check. Like I said, west seemed clear. Water wheel was... Where was it in relation to west, Chris?
Southwest.
Water wheel was a little south of there. Maybe split the difference.
Okay, yeah. I mean, unless someone else thinks. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Did south not seem clear?
South did not seem clear.
No, south was the worst way we could have gone. I don't know why you would think to go that way.
Are you saying that because there were actually creatures on the way, or because
mean,
it's went
it's-
toward water?
It's literally a phrase when things go south. Like west is clear.
So they kind of like half turns and stands, and then thinks better of it. Let's go west and then try to make our way toward the river. Then seems like a good idea.
Yeah. Good idea, Doc.
Thanks. I guess. Okay, someone who's a siphon. Are you gonna, or who's gonna go?
First?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry, Ava, don't actually whisper. Just do a stage whisper because your mic is.
Oh,
like,
okay.
kind of
All
cutting
right.
out.
Sorry about that. That's right. Yeah. So she asks, who's gonna go first?
Yeah, I'm on it. And Seifert will sort of like dart and creep forward, doing sort of the like forward and backward of scouting ahead, making sure it's clear, but staying with the group kind of thing, in a westward, and only once it starts to seem clear, sort of angling towards the south.
Okay, yeah. As you make that first hop, as you're moving ahead, you hear the glass jingling sound from that folio thing you picked up. It's pretty heavy.
Mm. She starts to go, and then hears the jostling, and then pivots back on her heel and turns around to face Ava. I picked up something that might interest you, might interest Esmond, might interest all of us. I have no idea what it is, but it's kind of loud and it's kind of heavy and delicate. Can you carry it?
I think so. If it's heavy, I'll try. She like tries to hold it, and then she looks to Peach as she's holding it. Can we put this in your bag?
Peach says, I have no idea how much space she has in it, but
She
yeah,
said she had a lot. She's like, if anybody needs help, like a couple.
yeah, sure, yeah, anything you want to put.
Okay. Does Ava understand what she's looking at before she hands it off to Peach to put in the bag?
So Seifert offers you like a leather, it's almost like a binder, but I think, anyway, and let's say it's easy. You're able to see that opening up just a little bit to take a look. There are rows and rows of potions in little slots in like a leather bound kind of case, but it's a lot. It's like it would have taken someone a long time to make all this.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah, if it'll be safe in that, because it's a bag of holding, right?
Yeah, it's a bag of holding.
Yeah, if you think it'll be safe in there, that's probably the best bet.
Put it in. Let's go. Wait, do we need any of these now? Is anyone hurt?
I don't know.
We
what
have
they
no
do.
idea what they are.
Some of them are red. Okay, we'll just put it in. We'll do it later. All right, put it in the case. She tucks it away.
Cool. So now, unburdened, Seifert will hop ahead. First, exploring westward and kind of guiding everyone towards the west. And then when it starts to seem like the south is more and more clear, angling us sort of southwest.
All right, as you scout ahead, sneaking ahead, Seifert roll stealth and perception. Hey, Jones. .37 stealth. Yeah, as you creep along, you get to the edge of a corner, stop just in time. You spot a group of the zombies moving on the road a bit west of you as you've started to curve south. But you manage to stop in time. They don't see you. And they're just meandering. You have to wait a few moments until they pass into an adjacent alley. It gives the opportunity to move across and signal the others across. Because you notice them in time, it doesn't give the opportunity for the others to be noticed, and they didn't notice you. Before too long, you keep moving down. You start to hear the sound of the river rushing against the water wheel, the wooden, the sounds of like grinding wood, metal. It is actually in the quiet of what the city is right now. It's quite loud. But as you begin to approach and getting near the water, you see there isn't a greater concentration of zombies near this water wheel. It's just loud.
Okay, perfect. That's exactly what we wanted to see. So, is there a way to... am I able to see where the bridge is from here? Is this attached to the bridge, or is it anywhere nearby? Is it just...
You get to the water and you look farther downriver, and you can see the bridge. It's probably another, we'll say, 5 minutes from where you are right now.
How... what is the river like? Is it passable, or is it like super deep and raging, et cetera, et cetera?
It does seem potentially pretty fast. It's about 30 feet across, so some of you could potentially jump it, or fly over it, or whatever it is you can do. But it is, it's a pretty substantial river. Definitely deep enough you would have to swim for sure. but it kind of ranges between 30 and 40 feet across, depending on where you are.
Okay. So, and you said I can just see the bridge downriver?
No, yeah, I mean, you can see it. It's probably about, if you had to guess, 5 minutes or so of sneaking.
Am I able to see from here if it looks like, like if it's obviously swarmed or whatever?
You definitely can see the silhouette of some zombies kind of on the bridge and around it. Not an impressively dense congregation or anything like that, but there are definitely zombies there. Where you are now, close to the water wheel, you can see that there's like a mill, probably of some kind, or some kind of mechanical works going. You can see lots of ropes and pulleys similar to what you guys had in Shepherd's End. But instead of being powered by the windmills, they're powered by these water wheels. And so there's more than likely all sorts of devices throughout the town, if any of them are still working, that are powered kind of by this rope and pulley system.
Okay. Is it possible to... Is the water wheel is attached to a building, right?
Yeah, and there's lots of like lines of rope, and it's almost like telephone poles of rope and stuff like that that go.
Seifert will sort of is there much of a... Are there many zombies around, even though it's not more dense here? Does it seem pretty safe to try to investigate, even if I'm just like peeking in a window from the outside of the building?
Oh, the building? Yeah, I think you peek inside, and looking inside. Roll perception check. Yeah, it looks pretty clear.
Okay, I will move back to reconvene with the others and indicate that the building seems clear and that there doesn't seem to be like a huge swarm here.
Okay. Yeah, you stink back to the others, and you get back to the alleyway where everyone's waiting.
Looks like it is mostly sparse by the river. The building attached to the water wheel, I was able to take a peek inside, and it looks clear. I also was able to catch a glimpse of the bridge. It's still a ways downriver, and I was able to see that there were some zombies on there, but it's unclear what the state of the bridge is from here.
That's great. If we can get inside, if it's clear, I can try to patch people up.
Yes, if we have a place to hide, I think everything else can follow on from that. We can figure out how to get across the river later.
I agree. I think it's also a good spot to try to make our way to the other potential hideout spot after we have an opportunity to catch our breath.
Sounds good.
So you guys sneak your way out from the alley, careful to avoid any of the roaming zombies. But with Seifert scouting ahead, you have a pretty easy time avoiding them. You guys reach the mill. It's a pretty large building with a big water wheel churning outside. The water wheel itself is 20 feet tall, or 20 feet, 20 feet up above the water, and it's elevated a bit. It's certainly turning some gears inside the building for sure. You can see ropes and things coming and going from it. You're able to find one of the large doors is already open. Taking a peek inside, it looks clear. It seems like the works are loud enough where you can talk in a regular voice. um, the constant drone of the machinery.
All right, let's secure the place. I'll make sure that there's nothing, no surprises inside.
It'll take some time, but I can patch people up. It'll take like 10 minutes. You just have to be gathered around. And she'll just start inspecting to see who is the most injured among them and sort of line them up and triage.
Beth, you're not very hurt, right? Do you think you can go with Cypher? I don't like anyone going around alone.
Who were you talking to?
Kibeth.
Oh.
She was suggesting Kibeth go scout with Cypher, because it's hopefully not as sneaky a thing right now. And she's like, look what happened last time someone went to go secure the area.
Okay. I'm sure Kabeth would be willing to do it. Kabeth is fast. Kabeth is wearing heavy armor, I believe.
I, no offense, Kabeth. Maybe somebody.
All right.
Cypher hesitates really hard, and then says, "Casey's pretty stealthy. Maybe he can come with me."
Slotty looks at. How does he look worse than Shalati feels? As far as she can tell.
I don't know. You tell me.
What about Araya? She can be
On
like
the score.
completely unseen.
On a score of
He's a 10.
out of 76.
Casey no longer has the little drip of blood from his mouth. Yeah, he looks ruggedly stable.
I can use my ring, but it's not as useful as one might think. I can't hear anything.
I'll go with Seifert.
Yeah.
No problem.
Besides, Doc, if you need a hand, I can help. I can't summon much, but with some rest, yeah, I can help a lot more with anybody who's hurt.
Yeah, okay. That'll be great. We'll just examine everyone, and then I'll do some work, and then you can help as well. And between the two of us, I'm sure we can get people, well, better.
Cypher turns confidently back to Shalati. We'll be right back anyway. I mean, this place, it can't be that big. And what are the chances that this town has two massive conjoined basements? And with that, she'll take off.
She kind of holds up a hand, like after the retreating back, and Cypher says, "Wait, but were you bit?" And then also looks at Casey.
We were just gonna check and then come right back. We're just checking the inside of the building to make sure that there's nothing in here that we aren't expecting.
Inside this building, it's super smart.
Yeah, just inside this building.
Okay, but if you were bit, then you should definitely come right back so that the one or two can care for you.
Yeah, if these bites are left untended, you'll just become one of them.
Oh, wait. Araya.
That's disgusting.
Oh, yeah. You look and see how people are, and Peach, let me see that stuff that Cypher found. I'll start looking through it to see if there's anything that can help.
Just put it in. Fine.
We'll take it back out.
She takes it.
I think I'm going to use some of my sorcerer points to regain a second level spell slot.
Okay.
Yeah, just going to meditate a bit to just feel just a barest bit refreshed.
Okay, and Cypher and Casey are going to check the perimeter?
We're just making sure that the house that the building is clear. That it looks like there are no zombies in it, but just like making sure.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, so Cypher and Casey go off to scout. Ava is examining the folio of things. Peach certainly sits down to take a rest. Beth is going to lay Esmond down. He's looking like he definitely needs a nap. What's Charlotte doing?
She is sticking in the area, but she's kind of restlessly like wandering, pacing around the area. Still has a shield out, if not quite the dagger, and is unsettled, not yet able to relax. Still bleeding slightly every so often, just like a very small little trail. She looks pretty bad.
And Araya, you're meditating, right?
Yes, but I will help Ava as needed with any of the like medicine related things. But I know that it's very fast to convert to a spell. But if there is a short rest, if you're dangling a short rest in front of me, I'm in a short rest.
I think you guys have started the process of resting, but you have not short rested yet. Are you? If I remember correctly, your sorcery points thing doesn't take long at all. But are
No,
you like
exactly.
checking over the people to see if they're okay, kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. So Casey and Seifred, the two of you moved off, and you're just exploring around, just miscellaneously, kind of checking here and there, checking the different rooms of the buildings, maybe going up the ladder, checking the second story. If you guys just want to see real quick.
It was pretty good. You swooping in at the last minute there.
Yeah, I don't know what held me up for so long.
I mean, we had it under control. It was just a matter of regrouping.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, no, you totally had it handled.
I mean, did you see that thing Doc did? Like, they went running. How did she do that?
It was pretty incredible.
I'm gonna have to ask her. But I like those, the like, kind of shadowy tentacle things you do.
Oh, the vines.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like them too.
No, I think that's great. I mean, Mose liked them as well. It was,
How is Mose?
yeah, Mose is fine. I mean, Mose is Mose.
Seifred shrugs and keeps checking around.
As you guys turn move into one of the back rooms, you see that it looks as though one of the rear entrances to the building at some point was smashed in.
Don't like that. Do we have a way to cover this up quietly?
You guys tell me.
Seifred will kind of poke around. Is there anything like? Is the door like completely gone? Is the door just sort of like damaged and open?
Yeah, it's like smashed in a way where it doesn't, like, you can't secure it in its current state. But there are like wooden tables and chairs and all kinds of stuff around, so the supplies are plenty.
Can I move enough dirt to kind of get in the way? It's just somatic.
There's like a thin layer of dirt on top of like the harder ground that the town is built on. So I mean, like you could mound up some, but it wouldn't be enough to secure the door.
Hmm. Is this a room that we could close further in?
Potentially. Yeah. There's another door that leads into it that is still secure.
We close that door and block it.
Yeah, seems like the best option. I mean, we're not staying here that long, so.
Yeah, let's do it.
Is there anything interesting in this room before we leave?
Taking a moment to search around. Roll an investigation check or perception.
Can I use my bardic inspiration on something like this?
The bardic inspiration only lasts 10 minutes. Yeah. I think as you guys are looking around, Casey, you spot in one of the drawers, like it's a letter opener, but it looks they look pretty finely crafted, sort of like an heirloom kind of thing. Kind of looks like something you would have seen in the like mayor's house back in Shepherd's End.
Casey kind of runs it through his fingers, jabs out. I mean, it's not a knife, but could do the job. Flips it around and hands it to Cypher.
Cypher inspects it. He said it's just a fancy letter opener.
Yeah, taking a look at it. Roll like blacksmith's tools or tinker's tools.
Can I do my weaver's tools?
Probably wouldn't apply to this.
Thieves' tools?
Tinkering or blacksmithing. If you don't have it, you can just roll. Intelligence ability check. Yeah, just fancy. I'm not sure.
Maybe one of the others will know something about this. Seems like a weird thing to find here, right?
Yeah, it seems nice enough, but let's close that door up and get back, huh?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so the two of you go to work securing that door. Back with the others, Araya, you've you just finished checking Peach, and you need to check Shlati.
Shlati. I know you're worried, but let me see. Were you bit anywhere? Everywhere?
She kind
More
of looks
than
at
one
herself
where?
and says, "Take your pick." Like sort of
Oh,
figures a little bit of a slash in her arms.
It's the bite that I'm really worried about. The claws. Well, it's probably bad too.
I think most of it was from those jelly-like thingies, but definitely had a few bites in there too. And from before when we went, when he made our way from the square to the other square.
Can you believe this was all just today?
No.
No.
It feels like months.
Well, let's at least start by cleaning. And then, yeah. And so she'll sort of like roll up your sleeve and start helping.
I'm sort of reminded of when that first jelly attacked Shepherd's End. And I think Ava and Esmond were taking care of with Adrian, and you're taking care of me in a very similar manner to this.
I don't know if we were better off or worse off back then, but yeah. I shouldn't have to patch you up nearly this often, should I?
I'm sorry, but
No,
I guess
you sort of throw yourself to help everyone else. Into a jelly, even.
well, but are you mixing me up with salad jar? Because I'm pretty sure.
No. He got eaten by one. You sort of. Well, no. So Sal helped a lot too. Yeah. The both of you, really. You're a lot. You're so brave. You and Sal. Aren't you afraid?
I am not really. I think. I mean, it's not really brave if you don't feel scared of it, right? Because then you just do what you have to do.
You're not scared of it?
I am more afraid of losing any of you than I am of the things around us.
But
Getting
is
hurt, it's whatever. You know, that's just life. But
if you die, then you can't help anyone, which is.
it is a bit of a pickle sometimes, yes.
Yes.
But still, if that is how I die, then it is a better way than many have had.
Death by acid blob.
No, I wasn't
Better way
really
to go
thinking of
with
that so much as like the
Yeah.
reason that I died less.
Oh, the worthwhile. Wait, okay. I, for one, hope you die peacefully of old age in your sleep, surrounded by someone and family to love you.
Not surrounded by jelly.
No, even if it loves you just as something that's delicious, not quite the same. Old age. And 18 isn't old. And even younger for Sal. She sort of gives him a side eye.
It still weirds me out a little bit.
That he's gonna grow even taller? You mean? That he's going to be even more big?
Not that so much. I guess I think I was just so used to thinking of him as, I mean, he seems more mature than most of us. Except maybe Ava.
So Sal might become more serious, you think?
Well, he's not necessarily as incredibly serious
No, I've seen
person
his
either,
looks.
but yeah, I don't know. I think it's mostly just that if he's like the equivalent of Yev's like in age, I cannot put those two together.
Well, I think Yev is also the equivalent of someone much younger than he is. Too. Or
I think
maybe
you're
that's
not
just
wrong about
most of
that.
the boys we're surrounded by. If Sal overhears me throwing slight bits of shade, it's fine. But she also did call him incredibly brave, if not a bit reckless.
Just for a little bit of ambience in the background, Sal is pouring sludge out of things and meticulously scrubbing a lot of objects, so you might hear snippets. But unless someone actively got his attention, there's just the occasional grumbling and frustration. Maybe a chirp by Poppy every once in a while.
Sound you're pouring like slime out of a boot.
Thank you for always being here to help, though. I don't actually understand how you turned out the way you did growing up where you did.
No, it makes perfect sense that I grew up in a temple that helps people and heals people. Of course, this is right. trying my best.
No, it's not you. It's. I mean, of course, everybody, hears stories about the tieflings and such, but after the first bit of meeting you, then it's obvious that you're not like that. But despite knowing you all your life, so many of the priestesses there, they just treated you like shit, and yet you didn't get hateful. I don't understand that.
Well, not to say that it isn't an uphill battle. Sometimes. No, that was the whole point of being raised in a temple, is to sort of overcome. That's why Sal Luis took me in. Can you imagine if I had instead grown up in a city?
Yeah, it is possible that with more people around, they might have just people who didn't know you even. They might have been worse.
Yeah,
I suppose.
I am very glad that, well, you village kids could have chosen to not really welcome somebody from the temple at all, and it could have gone sideways, but I think it's a lot due to you all, maybe, that I have a little bit more resilience.
I think it's just people responding to you. I mean, when you went around, you delivered all those things from the temple, like to Mrs. Fairfeather and the old Henderman and the elves that really started looking forward to you.
It did sort of help in my favor that most of them were rather blind as a bat and didn't quite know beyond that I was a blue person coming to visit them so much as a tiefling coming to visit them.
I
It
suppose there
helped.
are a lot of blue people. So.
Yeah, to blend in a little bit, but well, Sal Luis was usually looking out for me when it came to the deliveries. There are certainly folks that wouldn't have accepted my presence regardless of being inoculated to it from time spent. And usually just dropping something off and going away quietly was the better sense in that. No, I think it really was more that you all took a chance on me that helped, really. Not so many of the other priestesses did, despite spending every day with me.
Maybe it's just because you touched our lives in some way when we are more impressionable. I don't know. Maybe you corrupted us from the very
Corrupted you
beginning.
when you were young. Yes, my
Easily
dastardly
impressionable.
plan is yet to come to fruition. The undead fighting in the
I was gonna say, it seems to have taken a very long time to come to fruition.
It
It's a
is
very roundabout
a...
way. If you want to just kill us all, there's much easier ways to do it.
Well, there's faster and there's more devious. I obviously...
More devilish
The
ways.
long con is the long con is what I'm here for. Most definitely, absolutely. All the healing and snacks that have no sugar in them were the way into your heart and then to hell. Yes.
I mean, I don't think I've ever seen any evidence of you being able to connive anything.
I have connived plenty. There was that one time that I poured water down Casey's back, and then
That was really funny, though.
it
I'm not sure that was conniving. I thought that was just like you saw the
nice.
moment.
He doesn't like water.
Well, he doesn't, but I thought there was just like that that dipper with a water barrel, and he was going by. I thought it was just a moment of opportunity.
Really
but-
is inspired. Although, more recently, slightly more conniving than I intend to be. Look at this. I somehow have Gwen's favorite screwdriver in my pouch, and it just showed up there. So...
Do you have a magic pouch too?
No,
Is it
no, this
connected
is a
to-
normal pouch. I have a magic tail.
Oh, I forgot about the tail.
Oh, I
She
didn't
looks down.
forget. You see, because I also have this, and she kind of like pulls out like a weird coin and then some other nonsense, just like bullshit nonsense. And she's, I don't know what any of this is or who it belonged to, because not everybody stitches their names into something. I do have one sock, so if somebody's missing one sock,
Is that where all the socks go?
only one, and then they never match. So really,
She takes a look at this random bullshit, just trying to see if she recognizes it, squinting a little suspiciously.
here, look at my wares. She sort of
Isn't
like
it
lays.
neat?
I've collected them all, and they could just be anything, really. Could be from the town. You. The long con. The long con.
She is
Okay.
actually checking to see if any of those happen to be like random things that she lost or thought she'd misplaced.
Although, Sal, I think this one is yours. It's like a nice ribbon. It's yours or it's Peach's. No one else is this fancy.
Just put it over there in the pile. I still have to clean everything.
No, but this one is clean. You could, if you need to.
How did you stay clean? He says as he snatches the ribbon.
I stayed back. I still got bit, or clawed. Well, I mean, and then I got wet. Maybe that's why it's clean, as I was in the river and cold. It's really cold.
As you're looking through all this stuff, the weight of the water skin, the sample that you took from the well, as you're moving things around, it kind of sloshes a little bit. You can become very aware of it.
Oh, and then there was sorry, there's it's from my hands. Can you hear the bean screaming? I'm gonna shut the door.
Just barely.
It could just be zombies groaning outside the building.
Too soon, Sal.
I'm covered in the memory of all these zombies. There's
Yeah.
chunks of them still in between Poppy's talons and scales.
About this time, Cypher and Casey, you're coming back from securing the door. You've successfully done that. And Ava, you are finishing up a quick inspection of some of these potions that were found. Roll your alchemy supplies skill, please.
Okay. I think that'll just be knowledge. I don't think I have alchemy. Is that intelligence then?
Yeah, just intelligence if you don't have it. If you have herbalism, that would be fine too. That's good.
I will.
Oh, terrible.
Yeah, well, let's see if I can do any better. Let's find out. Yay.
That's better. Yeah, taking a quick look, there are 4 of the potions you immediately can tell what they do because you're familiar with them. Just a bit of sunlight. Yeah, sunlight coming through the window through the potion is enough. 4 of them are potions of superior healing. And just taking a look at some of them, judging by the color and some of the residue and little bits in there. I think with a 22, you're able to, you'll ultimately be able to pick out a lot of them. The ones that jump to mind immediately, there's a potion of Longstrider, a potion of Sanctuary, a potion of Sea Invisibility, and a potion of Water Breathing. Those are the ones you just immediately see. And there's others, and you're like, oh, you can probably figure out what they are over the course of like spending a couple hours on it. But there are 2 of the potions that you have no idea what they are.
She sort of looks at herself, making note of what they are. She pulls a small sliver of parchment from her bag and a little pen and ink quill that she's got. And she just sort of scribbles on a little notes what they are and sort of stuffs it next to them inside the satchel. And she gets about 2 or 3 of these done as she's looking at it, and then she kind of like notices and notes that Esmond just sort of like laying there almost half unconscious, Sal just miserable with everything sort of covered, and as Casey and Seifert get back, she kind of just bites her lower lip, puts the ink back into place, and just begins to cast a spell instead. So she puts everything back in, puts it back up, and then sort of sits down and motions for people to kind of gather around a little bit. And she's gonna start casting a spell. This will take a little bit, but you guys should feel better afterwards. Just stay around here.
Does it help if we hold hands?
It doesn't hurt.
Gripping. Shalati for sure, and I don't know who else is close
Sal, maybe.
enough. Sal and Shalati just like
Yeah, and yeah, if enough times passes, I'll go ahead and just cast a spell and let everybody know what it is. If it doesn't, if we want to do some more stuff,
I don't think anything really essential is happening. So, well, yeah, you can go ahead and cast the spell.
All right, so I think, I could be wrong about this, Esmond, Shalati, and Sal, I think are the ones that are the worst off. This is Patrick's knowledge, I can't see stuff. And then Peach, Poppy, and Casey, I think would be the others. So, Peach, Casey, and Poppy, I'm gonna roll some dice, and this is what you guys get. Okay. You guys will get. Let's see, 14. Is that 14 plus 17?
31.
Yeah, 31. And then using her ability. I'll post it. Sal, Shalati, and Esmond will get 30, 32 plus 5, 37 plus 8, 45 hit points. Yeah.
Damn.
And she does this by sort of sitting quietly and crossing her legs, pulls up onto like a small stool or wood, a barrel maybe sitting by, and sort of props herself up on it so she can sort of see, and then sort of just sits quietly and has her mask removed, and she is sort of breathing slowly, and as she reaches her senses out to try to touch the essence of all of her friends, in the moment right before the spell is cast, it's like her vision sort of shifts and she can kind of see the life force inside of all of them. And with a small shift, she sort of aligns the energy within each of them, and their wounds are healed for that amount.
Nice. Okay. Outside, the sun is beginning to get low, and the horizon taking on the strange color sunset. You know it's going to get colder in the night. You can hear occasionally distant wail of the undead city. And the sound of the water wheel and the rushing river outside. Enough to cover the sounds of you here in this building. So you have been able to sneak away and find a moment to rest. Yeah. Unless there's anything you guys want to do, that's where we'll end for tonight.
it was a near thing.
We survived somehow.
Nice job.
Nobody was even unconscious when we hauled tail.
Yeah.
I mean, Ava saved us.
Yeah.
She made the bad things run away that were going to eat us.
Yeah, they were really gonna eat you. They were eating in the process of eating too.
And good job on the sneaking. I was not going to give you guys an opportunity to rest, but you done snuck away.
Yeah. Sneaked.
We
It's one of
also,
the
have,
things Seifert is good at, being wily.
we also have to thank Casey for resisting the urge to know, even though it was bloodied, that
Oh my
monster
gosh.
didn't go after it.
We
I
could've
thought you
taken
were
it.
gonna collapse the ceiling onto it, and we were just gonna be right into
I
it.
considered it. But also, I don't think you guys know how close I was to death.
What was your hit point?
Even Casey feels the cold grip of mortality, the icy fingers of death.
No, you don't know how crucial that reroll of a 1 was for that other zombie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Speaking of ones, that's apparently my skill set.
Oh, yeah. Dude,
Oh my
Poppy
God.
cleaned up.
Yeah.
We got sneakies, we got healers, we got damage dealers, and we got a negative luck zone for Chris that I provide.
Or zombie luck.
So we're gonna rest up and then go back there, right? And get our revenge.
Oh my
Prove
God.
that?
Did you see what it was in that one barrel? There's so many barrels down there.